every story has a heartbeat, and often that is Neeta Mohindra. We are in conversation with a noted veteran theatre person from our very own Amritsar, who, after ruling the stage for decades, is now an integral part of many a movie and OTT series. More recently, we have seen her in Sapne versus Everyone, delighting us, rather making our eyes moist and tugging at our heartstrings with a excellent performance as Prashant's mother.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Nita, for talking to us.
Thank you. Thank you. It was lovely connecting with you again.
Yes. So you have been on stage and now, of course, on screen. So where do you feel most at home?
On screen as well, though it's a different craft. But since in
Yeah.
Punjab also I had done lots of camera, so I was gradually learning. Though coming to Mumbai, yes, I've learned many things. One has to keep on learning things.
Okay.
But now I definitely feel very much at home in front of camera and gotten
Yeah.
into
So,
that mode. Yes.
so have you now? I mean, am I to understand that you now moved to Mumbai?
Yes, I moved to Mumbai in 2015. So, and left the job. So in
Oh,
Amritsar,
yeah.
I was doing so many things, painting and
Yeah,
theater, and
I,
then
I
once in a
remember.
while
You were
TV.
always a multitasker,
Yeah, was doing so
multidisciplinary
many
artist, you
things.
know.
And
Yeah.
what I loved here was I was doing
Mm.
only acting. And people cannot understand, maybe you can. The joy of me when I introduce myself to anybody, I'm an actor. I so love it.
Oh,
Because in
okay.
Punjab, everybody would say, yeah, but you're a professor too. No, that would kind of dilute my devotion and my
Okay.
hard work in acting. So, yes, I
Yeah.
feel very happy to.
So are you saying that just the tag of being an actor is far more precious than anything else?
It depends what you've been through. The kind of journey I had, I was doing so much, and I think I was giving. I always had this logic, and I still do, that in theater, people normally start rehearsing after in the afternoon or in the evening. And by that time, I was done with my college and everything. So I never thought I'm putting in less effort than any other theater wala. And I still feel that. But I was kind of not taken that seriously, especially in camera, because of my job.
Oh, okay.
And no,
So,
like you're
mm,
doing it part time, you have a job. Well, I can't deny the good things that I got from my job, the solid basis because of what I could come to Mumbai and have a comfortable life is because of the job. I can't deny that. But at the same time, I still don't feel that I put in any less effort than any other
yeah,
freelancer. That's my opinion.
yeah. But was the same logic, also applicable to your academic world? There, they might be thinking you are an actor more than a professor. As a hoता
Absolutely.
you don't belong anywhere really.
Absolutely. It used to happen in my painting workshops. Like we used to go for different workshops and everybody would go, Are ye to actor hai na? Or acting, okay, she's a professor, she paints. So
Okay.
I
So
don't
now,
know where
but
I'm.
you're saying that theater and screen are both different crafts. But what is it that that you may have learned from theater, which you think should apply to every screen actor,
Oh,
or
lots.
that is some like
Lots. In fact, the basis is the same, vocabulary is the same. It's only like if I paint and I'm painting in acrylic with spatula and suddenly I start doing watercolor or pastels, it's like that in acting, no? The bases are
yeah,
the same. You just need to know the medium, the nature of the medium. If I'm working in pastels, I'll have to know how the pastels work and all. In the same way, theater is the basic. I've learned everything from theater. And I owe a lot to theater that I've put in so much hard work all these years. And but in camera, it's a different craft. So the same thing, which is a very cliche thing to say, like in theater, everything is broad and loud. Here you have to just think of a thought and it gets conveyed in camera because it's right here in front of your face. You don't even have to give an expression or shrug your shoulders. If you think about an expression, it does get conveyed. Camera, you can't lie in front of the camera. So it's just the subtlety and being so natural. Still, I mean, it happens many a times that I do become a little theatrical. No, I have to check myself. No, I have to underplay. No, control by even what, like I'm talking with you, the way I'm moving my hands and my face and my expressions. If I'm acting, all this thing, I'll have to underplay even this. Because I'm talking to two people and I'm moving my hands a lot, it might disturb. So I have to control myself. You so much have to underplay. And then, of course, it differs from the genre of every film or series or the kind of.
But I must tell you, you were very nuanced in Sapne versus everyone. And now, of course, one has seen you mostly playing mothers in, whether in series or in, in films like Border 2. So how does it feel, वो जगत माँ बनने वाला जो है वो concept, वो कैसा, is it flattering or is it kind of, you think that, there should be better parts for women who are on the, not on the right side or 20s or 30s?
No, of course, that's actor in me is really starved, if you ask me, because any actor would love to do meaty and varied kind of roles and lots of other things than being mother. But at the same time, I'm grateful the work that is coming to me, and I'm not at a stage in life to say no to many good works, no? Because, well, let's admit, I spent all my youth in theater. I gave that time to theater. So where I did perform all the protagonists and everything. The moment I entered the films, I already was in my 40s. So the first Punjabi film that I did in, I think, 2003 or 4, Dil Apna Punjabi, I played mother. So yes, I played that, and I'm happy with my age. I don't want to play younger, but there are many roles even in my age which can come my way, and I'm really hoping and praying it does one day. When a woman of my character is the protagonist or has much more to do.
और वो जो थोड़े बहुत हैं भी कैरेक्टर्स ऐसे, वो जो A-lister heroines of yesteryear,
absolutely, because this is the time everybody's come back in there, no? Now you have so much option, and naturally I can understand if producers prefer them to people like me. Yes, I do understand that. But at the same time, I'm grateful for the little things that I'm getting. I recently did a Z5 show, which was on ZTV also. It was called Bhima. And we did about 200 plus episodes, and I was the main antagonist, something I'd never done all my life. That was such a lovely role. Of course, as antagonist, she is what she's meant to be. But I so loved performing that. Kailasha Bua. Everybody's afraid of her and me wearing sari and jacket and that matriarch of a village. So I so loved, there was so much scope for me to do things, no? If you always play a goody-goody mother, then you have to find things, how you can differentiate one character from the other. Yes, I'm so hoping that I've done a couple of one that I think when I had recently come to Mumbai, Prisoners of War, Nikhil Advani had done a series in which I played an ex-CBI officer. It was like small part, 7-8 episodes they showed a little, but I so loved doing that. A physics professor who was an ex-CBI. So there was something, I could relate to. I would love to do those kind of...
Nikhil Advani is such a fine director. He'll make sure that even the smallest character shines,
I know, absolutely. 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 And that's the best part. These days, film industry and this series and whatever, it's after coming from Punjab, I see they are so professional. I mean, when I say professional, it's hardcore professional, no? So whenever they choose or when you're on the set, everybody is working hard and that energy rubs onto you and that helps you perform well too. It's a pleasure to be on a set and yes. Yep.
Yeah, but talking of you playing a mother, I mean, like you played mother to Diljit Dosanjh, literally the heartthrob of the entire nation. How does that feel? To have such a close relationship with somebody. People are just dying to get a glimpse of him.
Absolutely. And he is a fine person and a fine artist, I must say. Yes, I'm lucky to have played his mother in two films. One we shot 4 years back, but released recently, Punjab 95.
Yeah.
Though it
Yeah.
got cut, it normally happens. They're just a couple of scenes, but that's okay. I mean, in the long run, it's the film that matters. So, and Border too. It was lovely, lovely being on screen with him and a pleasure working
Yes,
with
so
a fine actor.
tell us something about Diljit which the world doesn't know. I mean, like everything is written about him. I mean, he himself is so active on the social media. We all know he's a very sincere guy. We all know he's the finest actor. We also know that he does a lot of meditation in between sets. वो कुछ
Yes.
जाप वाप करते हैं. But anything you can tell us about Diljit?
I think you've said it all. And I think जिस तरह पंजाबी च कहते हैं ना, he is God's special child. He does have that special grace, एक मेहर जो बोलते हैं. One can see that. And it's not an easy spot where he is in. I recently I do follow him, lots of his pages and all. Choti ji galte people corner him and everybody is after him. I mean, it's a very difficult position where he is. And I sometimes sympathize. I mean, all these people who are at that, it's not easy to be there. Whatever effort they do.
You can also see it from close quarters. The price of being a celebrity, I guess.
Absolutely. People just don't appreciate the good things that you're doing. And that too, they're fictitious. They're just imagination and they would start calling you.
People are actually, we admire I always say this, that we admire our stars. We admire them so much, to up to the point of idolizing. But then we also love to bring them down, and somewhere there is a jealousy within us, and we are willing to believe the worst of them. Sometimes people come and ask me, "Oh, this one is going around with that one," or all kind of nasty rumors, and I get so irritated. I said, they're also human beings at the end of the day. First and foremost, they're human beings. They became stars or superstars much later.
Yes.
But as lesser human beings, we are willing to believe the worst of them.
Absolutely. And most of the times, I feel people call him names just to attract attention.
Yeah, no? That's also
so true. That he would react, which is a sad thing, no? Sad thing.
But how are you coping with this industry? Of course, there's a question related to Satluj also, which has been, which of course, majority of India has seen it, despite the ban. But how do you feel that the film is not available legally, of which you have been a part? You must have witnessed the hard work that has gone into it.
I know, that's really sad because apart from the fact that I was a part of it, it is such a beautiful film. And all those times I've lived in Amritsar, I remember everything when it happened. When Mr. Khalra was arrested, I can see myself reading the newspaper when it happened. All those things we've seen, and they're all factual. They've not distorted or overemphasized anything. And they've not even pondered on the where people would get emotional and they would kind of elaborate that. He's not done it. It's almost like a sleek, a true documentary or a Hollywood film kind of a thing. And when people say it's partial, yes, of course, it has to be, because it's a film. He's focusing on one point, on Khalra's human rights things. He's just focusing on that. He's not even telling the backtail of cholera. So naturally, what happened before 91, during the what we call
The
the
period of
terrorism
terrorism.
time, when they took out Hindus from different places, doesn't, because he's not focusing on, he can't focus on 100 things and still make a film, no? So he's
That
not
can
saying
happen
this
with
is, yeah, he's not saying that this is all that is there to Punjab situation. This is only one incident. Like from a page, a book of 400 pages, this is just one page. No? So
Right.
take it as that. It's everything is true, but this is just one chapter of the whole thing, which we've seen since 80, when that Punjab Kesari person was killed. I mean, from that to Black Thunder, it's a long story. It's a long story.
Yeah.
You can't make a film covering all the aspects.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I
exactly.
mean, filmmaking point of view, it's such a wonderful film, and it's not fictionalizing history, which I think is a crime and which lots of people are doing. I think that's the most injustice that you can do to art and history and country, everything. So it's, I think it's a lovely film, and I'm happy that it has reached so many people. Of course, financially, the producers and the director, they've all cut losses, but otherwise, it's been appreciated, and more people have seen it because it was banned.
Yeah, of course. It's an our cult film, of course.
Yeah, and Diljit is so good. He actually
Yeah.
looks like Mr.
Yeah.
Khalra.
So is our Chandigarh boy Suvinder Vicky, yes, of course.
Pardon?
I said, so is our Chandigarh boy Suvinder Vicky.
Oh yes,
that
oh
band.
yes, he's such a fine actor, lovely actor. Yes, he's done a wonderful job. Rajpal Yadav, though, everybody. Suvinder Vicky is a wonderful, wonderful actor. Wonderful Kohra or this. Yes.
But you were talking of how theatre has taught you the craft. But has theatre spoiled you also somewhere? Because as a theatre person, you said that of course you can't say no too often. But still, how do you say yes to a part?
This, you just can listen to the story, but what happens actually, reality is very few people give you the script. I don't know whether everybody has it or not, because of, it can, since the film has not been made, there are issues, though they have watermarks and everything. Most of the people give, but not everybody. And that too is given once you've been signed. While they're negotiating or offering a part, they just narrate it. So you have to believe, naturally, that's the only thing.
Yes.
And then, of course, the other commercial things which my manager does. So that's all you can decide. But when, even as a director or as a producer, if I imagine like I have a script and I start making, there are certain things which happen on the way. And there are many things which happen on the editing table. So what I imagined I am doing in a particular film and what I end up see myself on the screen, there is a difference. And initially, I used to feel very sad. "Arey, itna pyara scene tha, wo cut gaya, but now I know that's how it works, because in the end, the basic aim of everybody is that it has to be a good film, and anything which takes the story forward or which is looking, there are many considerations. So yes, those things happen. But at the same time, even when I was doing Dhoni, when they made, and the director, he complimented many times, and then he would say, audience decide karegi kya acha hai kya nahi. Because in this line, when you're making, everybody is giving you 200% and they're making very good thing. But finally, how audience would react, there is no formula for that. So sometimes just one line makes you so popular that your career and everything is changed. And it's very unpredictable. You can't be sure. So that's why I say in this line, talent in Mumbai, there's so much talent. I mean, not only in Mumbai, even in Punjab. So who becomes popular and who gets, there's lots of luck that plays a part.
Meher, Rab di meher hai, they say.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
You just have to be
yeah,
satisfied with what you get. And
yeah.
so, yes.
So, but then Sapne versus everyone. I mean, were you aware that in the second season, your role will come to an end, and does that hurt because yours is such an important part, and the series has got so much acclaim?
So much attention. In fact, this was, in fact, when I got the audition scenes, they were so lovely. There was so much to do. I so loved doing it. And almost because Amrish was very particular what he wants and all, I think he made me do almost all the scenes before
Yeah.
locking me up, no,
Oh,
in
really?
season one. And we just did it. It was so lovely working with him and the whole unit. Everybody was Chima and all. It was lovely doing the whole thing. And when first season came out, can you beat it? Before that, Dhoni made me popular. I mean, wherever I go, people used to recognize me and Dhoni's mother and all. But Sapne,
Mm,
it touched so many hearts. My DM was full. And
mm,
all the messages were from these young people, young boys whose mother had gone through the same thing,
mm.
or who were just, I mean, everybody's close to the mother, who could relate to that mother son relation. I mean, there's so many young people who still keep meeting me. 2 days before, also, I went for a meeting and everybody came and they mentioned this
Sapne versus
Sapne
everyone.
versus this part.
Yeah.
I think there was something magical about it and the way people have taken it. And it
So,
has been a very important part. Yeah.
but tell me, you worked with stalwarts like Keval Dhaliwal, and now you're working with younger directors like Amrish, and even Anurag also we can say is relatively young. So I mean, like, tell us something about the vision and the approach of these young directors.
Oh, Amrish, if you're talking about, he had done, I didn't know before. After
Hmm.
Sapne got released, I just checked. He had made so many series which he wrote. NCR Days. I think there are 2 or 3 seasons. It was so, so popular. Those also he wrote himself, he directed, he acted, and he had a huge fan base already.
Yeah.
And in Sapne also, as you see, this is such a different script, such a different concept that he is bought in. And even while I was shooting, there's a scene that when Paramjit Chima, he is kind of performing on stage and me as a sick mother watching. And those lines were so theatrical. And they were meant to be in the series, that was a theater scene, and such long speeches which doesn't happen in camera, no, normally you just have small
Yeah.
dialogues. But in this
Yeah.
Sapne, they were like huge speeches and they were done in a theatrical
Monologues. Yeah.
manner. But it's so clicked. मुझे तो उसकी याद नहीं, कुछ लाइंस तो इवन मेरी फैमिली हु डजंट वॉच एनीथिंग एंड एवर, मेरा कोई काम नहीं देख, वो भी इसमें से कुछ सीन्स जो थे, अब मुझे उसकी लाइन जो एकदम से यंगस्टर्स के लिए फिलॉसफी वो देते हुए,
Hmm.
इवन इफ यू हैव ड्रीम्स, I mean, they will come true, but at the same time, if they don't come true, ये सीजन 2 में एक वो बहुत उन्होंने बेसिक करके दिखाया है चंदा मामा स्टोरी की तरह, कि वो if
Uh,
God asks you what you want to do, no, you can't decide, because whatever you decide, you feel the other thing is good. So the best thing is to leave it on God and accept the reality. So
yeah.
they've said that in so beautifully and in camera. And the best part is the message got across. No, people
Yeah.
loved it. And
And
that
it's so gripping also. It's a
it's
very
so,
gripping show.
yes, yes. All the characters, Mama's character and all that. It
Yeah,
is
everybody, yeah,
lovely. Yeah,
everybody is on point, I must say that.
absolutely.
But सपनों की बात हो रही है तो at this point नीता महिंद्रा के क्या क्या सपने हैं?
अब तो जैसे रहता है स्टेज में, तो अब तो सपने भी जैसे पॉइंटेड हो गए हैं कुछ.
हाँ,
सो आई थिंक आई एम जस्ट होपिंग कि मेरे को कुछ मीटी रोल्स, जैसे मेन प्रोटैगनिस्ट काइंड, कुछ
हाँ.
अच्छा मीटी करने को मिले. दैट्स व्हाट आई एम होपिंग, व्हिच आई हैव
तो,
done lots in
तो
theater, but
कुछ
I hope.
कुछ है pipeline में? Where can we see you
There are
next?
lots of things. Yes, there are lots of things, but let's see. Because I say when we start, we have a different picture, but when it comes out, let's see how it does. But I'm
So
still hoping for.
we just spoke about the price of being a superstar. So character actors, I would not like to use the word character. Do actors who are not stars but who play other cameo parts? Uh, do you think they also pay some kind of a price? What is their struggle like now that you've been
Um,
there for many years?
no, I don't think that kind of because uh, they're not those kind of challenges, because stars are stars. And uh, though in these days there's not much difference so far as, but it depends the kind of roles you get. If you're a star, naturally you'll know, like there's a film, I might be doing a very meaty role as a mother and all that, but the stars are the lead actors, no? So that's what I'm saying. My dream now is to get some character which is the main protagonist, no? Because camera is one thing. If you're everything will be from your perspective, and then naturally it goes across, and you get so much to do. So yeah, there is that way. There's difference, but the kind of challenges of being a stardom, I have no fear, because I know I'm not going to be there.
Any role which has come out in recent times which you wish and which you think you could have done?
Oh, there are many. There are many. In Mumbai, there are auditions happen. So, yes, lots of projects which I had auditioned for but didn't get it. So, when I see on screen, yes, that feels, but that's okay. That's okay.
Auditioning with your kind of background, with your kind of experience, I mean, does it bother you that you still have to audition? Or you think
Initially, I was because in Punjab I had never auditioned, and in Punjab I had done two Hindi films also, which really encouraged. Shimla Mirchi, which was Ramesh Sippy's film. I was in Amritsar when he cast me. Because before that, I had done some runningshadi.com. Shivjit Sarkar had produced that. Amit Roy has directed. उसके लिए मैंने ऑडिशन दिया था अमृतसर में. दैट वाज मे बी द फर्स्ट टाइम जोगी जी had come. और उसके बेसिस पे देन सिप्पी साहब कास्ट मी इन अ वेरी गुड रोल in Shimla Mirchi. That really encouraged me. That was the first film which I actually stayed for a longer time. Normally, I would go shoot and I would have my car ready. If I get free at 8 p.m., I would just run back and attend my college and go that way. But in Shimla Mirchi, I really stayed back in Shimla, and then I mixed with the producers and all. And then everybody said, because I was, by that time, I was thinking I'll go to Mumbai after retirement. So I was looking for a small place here, thinking that I would come here. But then everybody said, and you want to come before the release of this film. It's a big film and all that. So that's how kind of I planned that. So what was I talking about? Sorry.
auditions, where the auditions
Yeah. So when I came here, I found it a little difficult to audition. But then gradually, and the saving grace for me was before coming here also, so many casting people would, for years, they've been contacting me, and they also said, you come here. So which kind of gave me an assurance that, and when I came here, they would Google. So there were things when they Googled about me, they would get to know. So it became, so in a way, I didn't have to go through the kind of trail that normally actors do, because I had done that kind of work and it was available on Google and people would get to know about me. So all the auditions were normally fixed, and I was called at particular time, go to the office, audition and all that. So I got into that. Now, basically, the success rate in this line is 0.1%. Because
audition versus grabbing a role,
yes,
or otherwise?
No, audition versus grabbing a role. No, it's very minimal. But when I'm sitting here and I'm only acting, I love good auditions. One, it's a very good exercise for me as an actor.
Yeah.
And I so enjoy doing that. Whether I get that role or not get that role, I don't think about it now. But if that's a good script and I have a whole setup, I normally take my time and audition, and I enjoy that process. That is almost for me having performed that. No,
Yeah.
so I love that, and normally keep those auditions with me also, just to go through them and all. Well, things that I have no control over, I don't think about them much. So
But so you take auditions as a some kind of an acting workshop only.
absolutely, it's a kind of an exercise for me rather
Yeah.
than.
But do you think auditions and the arrival of casting directors, is it a fair process? Is it as fair as it gets?
I think that's very fair. That's very, very fair. Otherwise, the directors or producer, whomsoever, they saw somebody or I mean, they would just cast those people. Now there is lots of, even for a small role, they need actors. They want somebody to perform, not only on the looks, no? Previously, I mean, it used to happen, director किसी कैफे में गए हैं, वो लड़की सुंदर लगी, उसको cast कर. No, ऐसा
even Sham Benegal has spotted talent like this.
Yeah. Now that doesn't happen because, I mean, for leads, they might be doing from young girl if they have to cast it. But otherwise, yeah, there are casting directors. That is, they have their own collection of artists, and then they want their actors to get selected. So they work on you. I think this is a good thing. हालांकि सपने versus everyone में जैसे उन्होंने एक
I
बार
was
दिखाया
coming
था.
to that. I was exactly coming to that. कि Sapne versus everyone points fingers at them.
Yes, but अभी recently I went somewhere and I felt like जो मुझे वो guides दे रहे हैं, it's not correct. But then, as an actor, I have the only option to listen to them, even if they're misguiding. I don't have any other this thing. So my part is only to do it to the best of my ability, to whatever the instructions I'm getting from the person who's taking the audition. Because apart from that, I can't. If I say he's misguiding me, I have nowhere to go then. I mean, I decide not to give an audition. That's not an alternative. So whatever he's saying, I'll do to the best of my ability. Rest, of course, leave it to God or leave it to destiny. So if it's my
every role and every actor has their own destiny. But you were talking about, how professional Bollywood is as compared to Punjabi cinema. As a Punjabi, what do you think? You were recently in The Star also?
Yes. Punjab, yeah, they're lacking in professionalism, but at the same time, they're so genuine. They're so sweet. Like even in this film and a couple of films that I've done, there are many people from Punjabi University Department or Punjab University Department, young people. I've worked with them. It's such a pleasure watching them working. They might not know, they're all, we've all been there. Yeah. But the sincerity and honesty, मतलब ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਆ ਜੇ ਕੁਝ ਉਹ ਅਨਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਵੀ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ but they are so sweet, they're ready to learn, and they're ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੈ ਨਾ, that warmth I love in Punjab. Whenever I do a Punjabi film, it's like homecoming.